I'm very happy that the European Commission is still trying to create the digital single market. It's not the first time. Some of the commissioners before also had a lot of good suggestions. The main problem is that the member states don't enjoy to go out of their very comfortable living on the national level. European Parliament is heavily supporting the European Commission, and I think it's very important to get better progress, especially in the frequency harmonization, because if we get 5G in 2020, it's definitely necessary that we have a harmonized frequency spectrum with all over Europe. And at least we should look what's done with net neutrality, because network steering will be quite important. And we should get rid of roaming, because if we have one internal market with more than 100 telecoms, it should be possible that they get in a nice competition for their consumers and for their customers. That was the reason why we had a sunset clause on the telecommunication regulation. We had roaming 1, where we tried to get good progress. Then we started with roaming 2, roaming 3. Now we have roaming 4. And hopefully not the roaming 5 is necessary to get a real digital single market. It's very important to create an efficient, future-oriented digital single market, and the world is not waiting on us. If you see the use of data is growing dramatically. We have 2-fold, 4-fold every year on growing. We will get Internet of Things, we get automatic car driving, we get a lot of areas where we need much higher quantity and quality, and it's very clear that if we don't do it together, we will lose the competitiveness.
Thank you.
I think first of all it's the education, it's a vocational training. I'm also chairman of the STOA committee, Scientific Technology Options Assessment, the so-called science committee, and we produced a study on new learning and teaching technologies. All these new app technologies which coming up, which you can use very good and in a very intensive way. It's very clear that vocational training gives also the young generation a better chance to come into professional life, and sets a clear status that education is necessary, a better infrastructure. So we need a better fiber infrastructure to have the 5G rollout in the right time. We have to have new research and science capacity in this area, and of course we should rethink the taxation on the digital single market. It can't be that with any auction we give cold taxation to this very important sector and pull out all the money which we need for investment. So it's very clear that a lot of suppliers for the telecoms are necessary, and this growing world has a very quick and incentive changing situation, and we should take care that SMEs are also in e-commerce, in all these activities, integrated and understand how useful this could be for an economic future. I think it's very clear that we should implement and help vocational training institutes to give to the people who are working in business and the employees which are working at present the chance to get some learning situation where they enjoy to get this knowledge. So lifelong learning is something which is for any person in Europe a very important issue. On the other hand, we should look how we can support the learning issues on universities, in kindergartens, We have the European Institute of Technology, where we have seen that in different kind of clusters it's possible to educate the people with the leading edge knowledge in this area, and therefore European Union could do much more in this field, and I think we are prepared in European Parliament to support the young generation, but also the elderly, to get all the benefit out of the possibilities which are today on the market and which we will develop for the future. At least I think it's not only a question of money. Of course, it's always too less. But the truth is, what we try is to bring together the entrepreneurs out of 28 member states. We created the program Erasmus for young entrepreneurs to exchange. We made a own program for female entrepreneurship. And it's very clear that business angels, men or women, should help especially startups and SMEs to get also financial background, but also the business background to run into a secure future.